Hey Scorpio, it's Kate Jackson from Kate Jackson Coaching and Guidance here for your March 2022 reading, general reading. If these messages resonate for you, that's great. Please take them. If they don't, please leave them behind for somebody else. And just to let you know, I'm doing personal readings, and that information is in the description box below this video. So Scorpio, just tuning into your energy now. I kept getting the message or the song Thunder, Feel the Thunder, Lightning and the Thunder. So not sure if you're going through some pretty significant shifts internally and externally in your life, but we will see through this reading for you, Scorpio. So let's see what energies want to come out through the tarot for Scorpio for March 2022. For Scorpio, so that one came out. So Two of Fire here, Two of Wands. And the next one, Knight of Wands or Messenger of Fire, is flipped out. And another one here for Scorpio, the Tower. I knew that was coming out, so that's interesting, lines up with that lightning and thunder message. So the Tower, and we'll get a few more. And we have the High Priestess, so being in your intuitive self here. High Priestess, Three of Air, Three of Swords, so going through some healing. And Eight of Earth, Eight of Pentacles. Bit of work related. You could be working really hard here and trying to work through your pain, focusing on work to work through the pain or whatever you're dealing with at the moment, some sorrow, some sadness. Let's get a few more here for you. So we've got the Three of Wands, so focusing on the future. King of Earth, King of Pentacles, it could be somebody in your life that is around you, significant person, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person. And one more here for Scorpio for March 2022. That one flipped out. Ten of Earth, Ten of Pentacles. That's amazing. So at a legacy wealth here, building on legacy wealth. The bottom of the deck, Two of Water or Two of Cups. So what it's telling me is through the month of March 2022, you're focusing a lot on relationships and partnerships, and it could be one particular relationship that you're focusing on. So early on in March here, we've got the Two of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Tower. So it could be that you've made a decision. It could be around a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, a younger fire sign individual. Could be somebody around you, family, friend, but there's something here that you make a decision and it causes a tower, basically. So you're you're making a decision here to potentially move on from this fire sign, or put a stop to that connection, is what I'm feeling. So in the mid-March range here, we've got the High Priestess, the Three of Air or Three of Swords, and the Eight of Earth. So middle of March is sort of tapping into intuition, because you've got to heal from this connection and healing, doing a lot of healing through that middle of March period. The Eight of Earth, could be that you're just trying to focus on work to help you, deal with the pain and the loss and the sadness of this connection. It could also be, needing to tap into your intuition to know that this may not be a healthy connection as well. So you're needing to move away from this connection altogether. And here towards the end of March, this is you in the ship moving away from this pain and this sadness, towards the King of Earth, which is the, you know, very stable individual, very focused on their pentacles, very focused on their material wealth and well-being, and that's what you're moving towards. So moving away from this, you know, passionate fire energy here, and this could be you as well, that you're this individual is around you to help you heal from these loss. And it looks like you're building quite a strong legacy wealth with this individual, which is super positive. You know, long-term wealth, 10 of Earth, you know, that's the happy families, stable income, stable home. And, you know, it's usually depicted with a family in the card in the traditional tarot. But here she's sitting there, you know, looking around her, this like all these pentacles that she's built up. And, you know, this is what you're potentially focusing on with this earth sign here. So let's just clarify now some further messages for you, Scorpio. Two of Fire. What's the Two of Fire about here? Two of Fire. That one's flipped out. Five of Cups. So yeah, it's a sad decision that you're having to come to. You know, a bit of loss and sadness that you're having to move on from. What is the Messenger of Fire or the Knight of Wands here? Knight of Wands, the Magician, and the Knight of the Nine of Swords also wanted to come out. So yeah, I feel like this is potentially you stressing about having to move on and make this decision, and you know, it's definitely keeping you up at night. It's definitely keeping you. It's worrying you. Let's clarify the Tower. Ten of Swords. Yep. So there's a serious ending here with this person. Emperor's popped out as well, so it could be a father figure. The Tower's like, you know, there's so many layers with the Tower. There's, you know, two individuals being thrown out because you know, it's no longer a stable foundation, and you know, it's like this has sort of been, you've known it's been coming, and you've been really anxious about it and worried about it, and you know, trying to, you know, the Magician's saying that you've been trying to move on from this, or trying to manifest something else without, you know, too much harm or too much hurt with this individual, but the Tower's come along to basically shake up the foundation because it's no longer stable. The Emperor here, it's indicating, could be an Aries, but it also could be a father figure or a manager or a boss or a workplace, a work situation that's, you know, you've been thrown out of the Tower here, that's no longer your strong foundation. And the Ten of Swords is saying it's been quite a long, stressful situation, and you know, you're needing to recover from this because you know, you've invested a lot, hence why the Five of Cups, the sadness, the sorrow, you know, this investment with these Three of Cups here that you're looking at, you're like, oh, what a waste, you know, feeling like you've wasted emotional energy with this situation, but it's not built on a solid foundation. That's what it's saying. Let's clarify the High Priestess here. Clarify the High Priestess. That one's flipped out. Temperance. So as you can see, she's balancing out both cups here, balancing out energies, and this is what you're needing to do is through the middle of March here, is balancing out your energies, balancing out your emotions, tapping into your emotions and quiet time with yourself, connecting back to yourself. And you know, it might be that you need to spend some time around a body of water. This is what I'm getting, and you know, just to balance out this situation because it's come along quite suddenly. The Tower's always a sudden ending or a sudden moving on energy, and yeah, you know, the next card, of course, Three of Air, is very indicative of a heart, you know, related issue, something you need to heal here within yourself. some loss and sadness. So let's clarify the 3 of air. You know, in the card here, she's got her arms crossed across her chest, you know, trying to protect her heart because she's been hurt really badly here. Clarify the 3 of air. That's just wanted to flip out. 4 of Wands. So it's relating to home and, you know, where you feel like there's that strong foundation with family, friends, etc. Like there's a bit of healing here. There's a bit of loss here. Could be relating to a family home that you're having to heal something and realize that that's not going to be the same anymore from this old family home. You know, the feelings of nostalgia, that it's never going to be the same again. That's sort of what I'm getting from that card. Clarify the 8 of Earth. The World. So a real end of a cycle here, and that's what you're working towards is, you know, the 8 of Earth, you know, now linking up with these cards. It's like you're having to work through this pain and work through this sadness, so that you can move forward. And until you heal this, because it's the center of the reading, you know, you need to heal this loss and this grieve this loss of family, friends, connections, you know, an old foundation, which is what's knocked you out of the Tower. Until then, the World card saying it will be a new cycle, but you need to heal from this ending. And it could be like what I'm getting with the 4 of Wands as well. It could be like old family connections and old family history, and you know, it's a real ending of that cycle with your family and friends. It's like a whole new era is opening up, a whole new cycle with new people, new partnerships is opening up for you. Let's clarify the 3 of Fire now. 3 of Wands. It's too many. 3 of Fire. There we go. The Hierophant. So very strong energy here. You know, around commitment. So you're moving forward, and Hierophant's indicative of the sign of Taurus. So could be that you're moving very solidly on here. You know, committing to this King of Earth, this Taurus energy, and you know, looking towards the legacy wealth or the you know, new family wealth that you're going to build with this person. It could be a new commitment, new business partnership. The Hierophant is a very auspicious sign that it's going to be very strong connection, very strong foundation that you'll be building with this individual. You know, the Hierophant is like a very positive sign that it's the go ahead. This is the what's backing you, strongly backed by the divine, or you know, source, God, and you're strongly protected as well at this time, which is the Hierophant moving forward card. You're very strongly protected as you move forward towards the end of March here. Let's clarify the King of Earth. King of Earth. King of Earth. I feel a lot of slowing down energy actually with you. So the start of March is quite a lot of intense energies, and then middle to the end of March is the slowing down and processing and healing. The Justice card has turned up here with the King of Earth. So very much a karmic balancing here, a balancing with this individual. That's very much what you're working on and working towards. There's a real healing that will happen with this individual. Let's clarify the 10 of Earth now. 10 of Earth. And 2 of Swords. So a bit of confusion here. It's sort of, I guess, relating to, you know, mind over heart decisions. Like, you know, it's very mental. So you're in the mental realm here. trying to decide what to do with you know, the legacy that you're wanting to build with this person. And you know, Justice is saying there's a couple of cards in this spread saying there's going to be a balancing out mid to late March here, and you know, that's what you're needing to, you know, head towards or act towards, is this balancing out with this individual. Justice is also saying it could be that, you know, you're dealing with the justice system, or you're dealing with a court, and that things will turn out fairly, and things will turn out in your favour, because you know, the Hierophant also being that protective energy, that things will turn out in your favour. It could be towards the end of the month a bit of an unknown as well. You're not seeing clearly how to move forward with finances and material wealth, and you know, how things will balance out, because you're not being given all of the information, and you're having to you're in a bit of indecision about that. And you know, I believe that by tapping into your intuition here, you will see the way forward. But yeah, there's definitely a more needing things to balance out around you externally, so that you can make that decision towards the end of the month here. So we will grab a Earth Warrior Oracle just to tie up this reading now. So the Earth Warrior Oracle by Alana Fairchild. So a beautiful deck. So just for Scorpio, let's tie in the Oracle message for March 2022. What is the Oracle message here for Scorpio? Yes, so try not to get too worried and concerned in that, you know, start of March here. Like there's obviously things that need to change and need to shift, and you know, it's saying just try not to worry too much and try not to get too caught up in the external factors. It's a little bit out of your control as well, although the Magician's saying that, you know, you do have these skills to move through this tower moment, but yeah, it's saying just to try not to overstress and overthink things. So the card that's popped out is Mayu and Soma from the Galactic Heart. So just take a moment to absorb that image and what it means for you. So some real heart healing, heart energy that I'm picking up for this card. I'll read from the Oracle deck just to make sure that you get all the messages that you need for March to help you move forward. So Soma from the Galactic Heart. The Divine Mother's milk of the galaxy is feeding your soul. Expansion of your horizons, your spiritual purpose, and your sacred responsibilities is taking place. Divine potential within you is awakening at a higher turn of the creative spiral of consciousness. This oracle is a prophecy of ascension and grace. So it's turned up because your soul has been going through a deep spiritual feeding process and is growing rapidly. The evidence of this is in the outer world, with a sense of expansion of opportunity, reach, connections, and new levels of its spiritual experiences. This oracle foretells the welcoming in of a new phase in life, which really ties in well with the World card here that's come into your reading. You know, new experiences, new connections. Newborn energies and fertility, whether biological, creative, or psychological, are being stimulated. The oracle indicates the discovery, development, and expression of talents. An increasingly public profile which moves you into the spotlight can help you fulfill your divine life mission, provided that you keep your inner connection to spirit as the highest priority. The oracle speaks of soul healing around matters of trust, spirit, mother, and abundance. So yeah, there's some spiritual growth here. Mayu is connected to the Vedas from ancient India. It's explaining. So you know, you're needing to really feed your soul here, and what feeds your soul is, you know, a lot of the times connected to your heart, and what feeds, you know, emotionally, and what you love doing. So the healing process for this card is to say this prayer out loud with one hand on your heart if possible, and you can repeat as I'm speaking this if you like. I invoke the unconditional love of the galactic heart and give thanks for all that is good, true, and nourishing of my being on all levels through unconditional love. I surrender with forgiveness and blessing any issue to do with mothering or being mothered, whether too much or too little. I release myself from false guilt, shame, and judgment now. I release the mother figures in my life with forgiveness in my heart, for I no longer wish to hold on to old pain. I acknowledge I am worthy and deserving of nourishment straight from the sacred milk of unconditional love from the Galactic Mother. May all mothers receive healing and guidance, blessing and assistance from the Divine Mother of all souls. With trust, I open myself now to receive what is needed for the ecstatic fulfillment of my own being through divine grace. With gratitude, so it is. So take some time now to absorb that healing prayer. And I hope you've got some great messages here for the month of March, Scorpio, and I look forward to seeing you a bit later in the month. Cheers!